What's wrong? Okay, next one. Can you hear it okay?
In reverse, and see if you can hear him singing. It's my sweet Satan, the one whose little part would make me sad. Sorry?
Just go ahead.
Okay. Alright, here we go. It's my sweet Satan, the one whose little part would make me sad, whose power is fate. Classic section.
That's the classic one that everybody's familiar with, and that's the one that, when I was a kid, impressed me. Here's My Sweet Satan. Now, one of the songs, now, a lot of people don't know this, but the Judas Priest, how many people are familiar with the Judas Priest stained glass trial by applause, Ozzy Osbourne, and the kids that shot each other, and they said that backwards evil messages influenced them to do it, right?
Yeah.
Well, David was consulted for that trial, were you not?
Yes, I was. I was consulted as a friend of the court because I was presenting both arguments, basically.
And so one of the things that David found when he was working with the Judas Priest music, he was finding reversals in Judas Priest music. And so there's a Judas Priest song, and this one always gives me the creeps. And I think this is a real creepy one for Halloween. It's a song called Beyond the Realms of Death by Judas Priest. And so, David, tell us about this reversal.
All right, this actually reversal is clearer backwards than it is forwards. So let's run the forwards first. He's singing forwards, Beyond the Realms of Death. Okay, so that's the forwards. Now we're going to run it backwards and see if you can hear him singing, I Took My Life. This is straight backwards, folks. That's a creepy one. Here, we'll do it again. Just a little bit slower. Here we go.
Yeah, I hear it. It gives me the creeps every time I hear it. Now, we're going to get off music in just a minute, but I do have my favorite that's not scary, and I don't know if you can dig it up for me. I think you know which one it is. It's the Britney Spears one.
Oh!
And this is one, for all you horny guys out there, this is one that's really going to, it's really going to make... Now, what does Britney sing that every horny old man wants to hear backwards?
Sleep with me, I'm not too young.
Sleep with me, I'm not too young. I love that. And what is it forward?
You know what? I don't even know what the forward is. The first
Doesn't matter. It's Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Leave Britney alone. Leave her alone. Okay. Yeah.
You know what?
You don't have it.
I do have it somewhere.
Oh my God.
But it's not here. I can't see.
Masturbatory material will not play on the Ground Zero Lounge.
Oh dear me. No, look, it's not that.
Okay.
Regular.
Okay, it's not a regular place. I'm sorry I spoke that on you. Maybe we'll find it later, but yeah.
We'll find it during.
Yeah, we'll find it. We don't take a break.
Oh, we
go straight through. So if you happen to see it and you decide you want to just get everybody like worked up as soon as the alcohol takes effect, then fine, we'll do that. But in the meantime, one of the things about you found it. Good. Here it is. Britney Spears for all of you who want to hear it. Here it is.
Okay. Here we go forward. Sleep with me, I'm not too young.
Yeah. All the men. Let's hear it. Stay with me, I'm not too young. And now she's a mess.
Yeah,
she's a total mess now. No one wants to even get near her. She's got cooties now. That's what's really frightening is cooties and Britney Spears. Anyway, so, the music spun, and that's where we all basically were exposed to this, I think. And that's why I decided to kick it off with the music, because when I was a kid, we had a way to play them backwards without having to use a computer program. We were using our fingers to make the records go backwards, and we were hearing all kinds of stuff on Beatles records, and we were hearing all kinds of stuff on Pink Floyd records and stuff, and meanwhile, David, at the same time, dropped a tape recorder into a toilet, and that's when reverse speech happened. Am I right?
Yeah, that's exactly how it started. I thought the toilet bowl, and I took it out, and I think played backwards.
So if anybody says reverse speech is shit, you never know. You never know. Anyway, no, it's really spooky when you really dig deep into the unconscious mind. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to show you and demonstrate for you how it's not just in record albums. That when a person speaks, and one of the, okay, now this is a creepy one, and even though it's unconventionally creepy, it's one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites. I'm going to just have you, the Kennedy one is very...
Oh, you like the Kennedy?
The Kennedy one, the reason why I like the Kennedy one so much, and I also like the Neil Armstrong one too. The Kennedy one, it's really, remember we were saying in the beginning of the introduction how speech, when it's reversed, is congruent with what's going on around the person if they have it going on in their unconscious mind? Well, imagine, if you will, standing in Dealey Plaza, watching Kennedy getting his head blown off in the middle of broad daylight in November of 1963. And you're a reporter, and you're on the news yelling and screaming that the president has been shot. And imagine what's going through your subconscious or your unconscious mind. And so David has the definitive reversal on this. Listen to this.
Okay, here we go. We're going to pick it up forward just before it realizes JFK's been shot.
Just a moment, please. Something has happened in the motorcade. Stand by, please. Parkland Hospital, there has been a shooting. Parkland Hospital has been advised to stand by for a severe gunshot wound. The president's car is now going past speed. The limousine is now traveling at a very high rate.
Okay, now right when he realizes JFK's been shot, and this exact section forwards,
Parkland Hospital, there has been a shooting.
we hear him say in reverse, he's shot bad, hold it, try and look up. So you've got three congruent, coherent sentences all together. I'm going to run this straight backwards, we'll run at two different speeds for you, and here we go. And that's straight backwards.
Yes. You notice how it was from inside. That's what he was witnessing. And that's where you start realizing the reverse speech may have some reality to it. Because how do you get from, Parkland Hospital, the president's been shot, to he's shot bad, try and look up, hold it, try and look up. The same thing goes for, and I have debated with David on what this means, but when Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon, he gave his famous speech, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind."
Okay, here's these famous first words run forwards. Let's go.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for man.
Now, one of the things that David says is that the reversal is...
A future tense reversal?
Well, I say it's a future tense reversal, and because it says man will spacewalk, as opposed to he is spacewalking.
That is correct. There is that little question mark around the whole thing.
Right.
Did we indeed walk on the moon? And is he saying we will continue to walk, or did we not walk on the moon? And he's saying one day we will.
So here's the reversal on this famous speech.
Man will spacewalk. Straight backwards.
Man will spacewalk.
And here it is forwards.
That's one small step for man,
And backwards.
So there you go. It's up for controversy. It's up for debate. So reverse speech. One of the things that when I got to know David a little more, I began to understand some things about dyslexia and how people can see words in reverse. How the mind takes from what you see and changes it from being upside down to right side up.